Hi everyone, my name's Matt, and today we're going to go over the last few features for the hip implant. You can see I have my master model over here. I'm going to scroll this down and we'll start with the next one. Right click, edit sketch, so I know what sketch it is. I don't have the model open, so I'm just going to press R for recent and then click on the hip implant 2, the one I made yesterday. So going back to the master model, I made an ellipse 30 by 14 and we sketch on this face over here. So I'm going to zoom in, going to click on this and then sketch. I have my model or my setting set so it automatically goes normal to the face. So let's say you're over here, just press Control 8 and then it goes back to it. You can also press the space bar and then you have like all these views that you can choose from. And you hover over them, you can see that it shows you the shortcuts for them. So first thing we're going to do is draw a center line. I'm going to go over here, arrow, center line, and I'm just going to draw it from down. You'll see that the point pops up. I want it to be in the middle, so I'm going to go here, put it over here, and then press escape. So now the line is connected to these two edges. I'm now going to do an ellipse. And I'm going to hover over the center line to get the center point. I'm just going to bring it up, click it once, and then click over here, move to side click, and then escape to get out of it. So dimensions are 30 and 14. I have center line here, you could do it going from this edge to this edge, it doesn't really matter, I just wanted the center point. So 30 and 14. So I'm going to go to my smart dimension tool. I'm going to click on this point, on the bottom point, make this 30, and then click that point and this point, and make this 14. Make sure I got my dimensions right. Yep. So you see it's still blue, showing that's undefined because I could rotate it. So instead I'm going to make a relation, add relation. My point's already pre-selected, so it does it for me. And I'm going to click the middle point here and just make it vertical. So now it's fully defined. Exit out. I'm going to go back to my other model to see how much I extruded the boss. I extruded this by 2 millimeters, and you could rotate the model by clicking on the middle mouse button and dragging it, which is the scroll wheel button. So 2 millimeters, I'm going to go to my features tab, extrude boss, 2 millimeters, enter, check. Scrolling this down, oh yeah, I have it as 14 for the circle, and it is 25 going this way. Okay. So I'm going to just click on this face, hit sketch, and zoom in. I'm going to create a circle over here. You see if I hover over the edge, this center will pop up showing it's the center of the ellipse, and that's what I want. So I'm going to click on this. Doesn't really matter what size it is because I'm going to dimension it. Click on smart dimension, and I believe it was 14. You can see that I could move it around. I believe I made a center line in the middle. So if you see my sketch over here, I made a center line going from the top to the bottom. I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to sketch tab, click on this, center line, hover over, click on this point, all the way down to this point, press escape. And now if you see if I move it, you see that point in the middle. So I'm just going to go and just attach it onto there. didn't work. There you go. So now it attaches on and is fully defined. You can also create a coordinate relation, but so that's just like dragging it and just putting it onto the point because it's a lot easier. I'm gonna go to the features tab, extruded boss/base. I think it was 15. Let me check. I'm just gonna exit this real quick just so I know what it was. Go to this sketch. I'm just double clicking it so it highlights the whole thing. It's 25. So I'm going here, going back to extrude, 25. Check. I'm going to go down here to the revolve. Go here, edit sketch. I have 4 dimensions here. So I have a 10, 25, 15, 8. So for this, I right click on the front plane, hit sketch. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to hover my mouse over this line. And then I'm going to click convert entities. This will convert that line that I have. So convert, you see that there's a point here and a point here showing that this line has been made by the conversion entities. I'm going to click on this line because I want to make a construction. So I click on this and construction geometry, which is the same as a center line. So the center line isn't used for the sketch, it's used as a reference. I'm going to create an actual line. You can click on this or press L. I'm going to hover over, and I want to be at the center of it. So click on this. You see that there's a yellow dot line because I want to make it perpendicular to the line I just created. So I'm just going to attach it there. Escape to get out of it. Click on line again. Connect it to the same point we did before, and you see another yellow line. And just click here. So now it's the same as this. If it doesn't show the yellow line, you can click on this line, hold Control, click on this line, and then make it collinear on this menu. So I'm going to go back to see the dimensions, 25 and 10. I'm going to go smart dimension. I want to make sure it's parallel. I'm just going to hover over like this, click my right mouse button so that it locks in place so it doesn't move anywhere. Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. So I'm going to exit this. I'm going to drag this and then delete it. Click on these 2 points. Make it parallel, and this is 25. And then I'm clicking this point, and then this point over here, parallel again, and make this 10. And press escape to get out of smart dimension. Now I have another line going this way to make it perpendicular to this line, and a 3-point arc. So I'm going to go back, make a line, click on this point. You can see that you can see the white box showing it's perpendicular. I'm just going to click on that. Press escape. I'm just going to check the dimensions real quick again. It's 8. I'm just clicking S key, clicking on smart dimension, making sure it's actually vertical this time, and clicking 8. You see that it moves because the white box shows that it's not really making the relation. It's just showing as a reference. So I'm going to click on this, hold Control, click on this line, and then make it perpendicular. And now it's fully defined. What we're going to do now is make a 3-point arc. So I'm going to click this arrow, 3-point arc, click on this point, click on this point, and then move it anywhere. Hit escape, smart dimension, click on this, and make the radius 15. Just going to make sure all my dimensions are correct. Yep. So now we're going to do a revolve feature. So in the features tab, there's this revolve function. And what this does is it actually makes basically a circle. So you can see I have a line 2 selected, which is this line. That's not the line I want. So I'm going to right click, hit delete, and I'm going to click on this line. You also see when I click on the line, SolidWorks has this thing where on my mouse you see a mouse and it shows a right click that has a check mark. If you just right click it, it will do it for you, or give us a check mark if you lose it. These are pretty much the main features of the hip implant. So now we're going to make it look a little bit nicer with fillets. I say fillets, some people say fillets. It's just that I learned it when I was doing tutorials. People say fillets, so it just stuck. Oh, there's one more feature. There's a mirror. So what mirror does, it makes it this cut feature go on the other side. So we'll do that really quick. So I'm going to go to the features tab and we'll click on mirror. I'm going to zoom in real quick and rotate it so you guys can see it. I'm going to click on this arrow button and I want to mirror on the front plane. I'm going to delete this because I don't want to mirror the revolve. I'll mirror the cut. So this is the reason why we had this box extrude as mid-plane, so that we can actually mirror, make it symmetrical. So features to mirror, I'm just going to zoom in, just click on this, or you can just click on the cut extrude here. You see that it's highlighted, showing the preview of what it would be. I'm just going to check, and that's it. If you find out that in previous steps you didn't actually make it mid-plane, you can just right click here, edit feature, and then make it mid-plane over here. I'm just going to control S to save it real quick. Now, going over to fillets, we'll go to the first one, which I'll double click and highlight it. So we fill it both sides, and over here you can see the dimension, which is 2. So all you have to do for this is click on the fillet tool, click on the edge. You see this pops up. Sometimes you have it where you can have the edges that you want. Over here, internal edges, 13 edges. But it's not everything because I have different sizes for each one. I'm going to make this 2. I'm actually going to click every edge around it. So this one, this edge over here, this edge. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. Just going to right click, delete. On this edge, this edge. That's okay because probably because I don't have other edges selected. Oops. Missing this one. Let's clear these selections. Let's do this again. This one, this one, this one, this one, this edge. I may have clicked on a different edge by accident. Let's go into that. You should have something that look like this, and hit check. I'm gonna go over to the next. I missed a couple edges here, so I'll revise that real quick. I'm just gonna roll this all down so you see what it looks like. Can just edit this, click on this edge, and this edge. Yep. So for the next one, you can see I just made a fillet over here. It's gonna go in, fillet, that, and I'm just gonna right click just to check it off. I think this video is getting pretty long, so I'm just gonna kind of speed through this. So 1 millimeter for this one, and you see those two edges. Check this one and see if it's 1 millimeter or 2 millimeters. So this one's 1 as well. So I'm gonna edit it. Make this 1 millimeter. Check. Fillet this. Sometimes you can actually do it all at once, but I believe when I tried this the first time, they would not let me. So I had to do it one by one. Good. And I think that was, I have 2 fillets left. Do this, add a feature, 2 millimeters on that one, on these 2 edges. Fillet. And I just click on this. Yeah, I can just click on the face or the 2 edges. Select the same thing, hit check. And I have 1 more fillet to go. Just over here. And this one's 10. So fillet. I'm going to zoom in just so easier to select. Click on this and make this 10. Check. And that's the hip implant. So I want to see something real quick. This is 2. So for this one, I believe I put this as 1 when it should be 2. So I'll just edit 2, just make it exactly the same way I had before. And that's the hip implant. Hopefully it was easy to follow. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to message me or email me or anything. I'm happy to answer any question you guys have. And if you guys want more videos on customizing or other things to make, just let me know. I'm always happy to help and see what you guys come up with. So good luck with using SolidWorks. Have fun, and I'll see you all later.